some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoffs, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Odom. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Power football with the run. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
And that's kind of a kick to the gut because you think, oh, how can I get this game started conservatively, not turn the ball over, get the positive momentum, get that first hit out. First carry, your running back sticks it on the floor. Defense recovers. That is not the start you drew up.
The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Fafita. Buys a little time with his feet. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense. In the sudden change situation, they barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
From the gun, looking for a man. Fires to the end zone. Picked off. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum, it plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board.
Breaks into the open. He rumbles up to the 19-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
Looking for space, it's Henderson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And he can do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Here comes the heat. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Hurts. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous balance, but at least they've got the ball back.
The one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
He's looking deep. Snags it down the right side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
Quarterback adapting. With the catch, it's Simmons. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Forced out of the pocket. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Leaves it with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Fafita. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley, probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Ready to go back to work on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Henderson. Oh, he can't hold the catch in the ball. Turning it on. Knocked down, but not before. He gets the first down after recovering the fumble. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap, it's Henderson. They forced ahead just a bit, not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on third down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. Fourth down coming. Quarterback empties his backfield. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fires left. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
The Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to Johnson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Back to throw, it's Fafita. Complete in the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
All right, defense, it ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Headed to the end zone, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient five-way scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Steps away to find some room. Throwing on the run. Makes the grab. Gets the foot down. Just precision execution on that big play.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go to the ground. He breaks a tackle. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Henderson. He'll toss it. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy they'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. Wants to throw. It's Barnett. Fires into the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. Touchdown, Oregon. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get at minimum tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Fafita. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Third down upcoming for the offense after the incomplete pass. Quarterback making checks. On third down, he drops to throw. Catch in the middle, it's low. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
At the 18-yard line. Now, 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They've taken 3 haymakers right across the jaw, down 21-0. But, David, now the chance to answer.
Man, this defense has been suffocating, and this is so hard. When you don't have the answers early, man, and the defense hits you in the mouth, you got to find some plays quickly here to try to make this a football game.
This is an offense that has a lot of pride. They're not used to being in this position. I think it's going to take one effort, one individual great play to finally wake this team up and get them back some momentum.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
My philosophy on going for two is only when you have to. On the snap, it's Henderson. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. On the move, it's Davison. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it, and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
And it'll be down right there. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Hooks. And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Rushes on him. Connection to the right. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Unloads it left. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The The Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Fafita. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He's got it down the left side. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. Auburn lines up quickly.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's
makes the catch down the right side. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Moving away from pressure. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Barnett. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Snags it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Number 4 with the carry.
And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a 1-possession game. And after the extra point, it's a 1-possession game, down 21-13. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Bringing it back. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They've got a chance to get out from their own end. 2nd and 6 from the 18. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on his screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? They'll move the tight end. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Turns it on down the left side. The 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. On Wisconsin, they're darn near perfect offensively today, almost exactly the way they drew things up in practice. They're up by 21 over Missouri. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. After the big first down sack, it's 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Stands in and takes the hit. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Oregon! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
I love this free safety and how he plays center field, and oftentimes he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the wheels, returning it for a touchdown.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost in.
They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking downfield, it's Fafita. Shoots it to the left. Wide open downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They've got the screen set up. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They'll try to slam it in. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And you want to still be aggressive. A lot of times aggressiveness is what gets you a lead, but at the same time, man, we got to take care of the football. We can't make dumb mistakes time and time again. You still are winning. I don't know if you know that. Look up on the scoreboard. You're still in the lead.
They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. He leaves it with the back. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory. Now 1st and 10 from their own 45. Looking left. Got his man. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Rolling, throwing, looking right. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Got some room to run. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. It's really the most